Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Mind Renovation Nation show that we bring to you by Red Maples, your go-to source for institutional style property management of small multifamily rentals. I am your host, Nathan Bush. And each show we share with you real life lessons from our real estate investing experience and real estate experience. And we invite industry experts, innovators, and influencers to delve deep into the challenges and opportunities facing small multifamily real estate investors, from seeking investment opportunities for growth and expansion to market research and implementing effective management systems to minimize expenses and maximize returns. We help real estate investors on this show gain the knowledge it takes to compete in the current marketplace. So let's get started. Today, we're delving into the topic that's top of mind for many of you, and it's a part two of a series on the entire topic of the money mindset. It's a subject that supports us in an age where change is the only constant. Having the right mindset about money can be as important as having the capital itself. The money mindset can determine whether an investor merely survives these fluctuating waves or they ride the waves to real estate success, growth, and profitability. So, we are talking today, part two, on the money mindset. And if you were with me last week, we talked a little bit about the topic of abundance and scarcity. We also talked about how to understand the difference between expenses that become liabilities that hold you back. And we talked also a little bit about the concept of investing in specific assets. And so when you invest in things, it's not just spending money, it becomes an investment in something that's going to help you. And so today, I have to ask the question again in part two: do you have a money mindset? What have you done since last time in order to get your money mindset correct? You know, having a money mindset helps you navigate the dynamic market that we have, you know, with factors that were fueled by geopolitical tensions here recently, COVID-19. They've changed the landscape of the way that we understand how to invest in small multifamily. Also, technology has changed, and we have been able to continuously focus on the change in technology. Also, there's been increased competition. We also want to make sure that we have sustainable wealth that we're building. You also want to make sure that you can handle stress and mental health and social and environmental impacts that are happening in the community right now. And the modern investor, with their proper focus, can attract the right tenant if they build something that is designed to add value to people's lives. And lastly, you know, around your money mindset, there's changing regulatory concerns and environments. And so, do you handle those things appropriately in order to help you achieve your goals? All of these things combined together are why we need a healthy mindset around money. And we talked a little bit last time about maybe you're not good with numbers, and that's okay. If you're not good with numbers, look, I totally understand. You don't have to be good with numbers in order to have the right mindset around money. And also, maybe this is you. Maybe you don't have the time to manage your finances. Well, this will help you even more to be able to compact more work, more thought process into what you do with each second, each hour of your time. And we also talked about last time that money's not enough. Well, maybe this is you also. And if this is you, look, I understand that money is not everything. I understand money is not everything. Maybe you don't have enough money. Maybe money's not everything to you. Here's what I do know about money, though. When you have enough money, that's whenever, you know, who can help out more people? Somebody that's impoverished or somebody that's done well financially. I would be willing to bet and believe that you can add more value to people's lives, whether that's through donation, work, time, resources, materials. When you work from a place of not having to rely so heavily on worrying about where the next paycheck's going to come from. And so, while money's not everything, um, it certainly does help out in different situations in different environments. And I know in the current small multifamily real estate market, specifically in St. Louis, it might be akin to a high stakes chess match right now. We know that we have a little bit of a real estate shift in the market going on right now. We know that there's limited inventory. We know that there's an increased number of investors in the marketplace right now. We also know that you might pay a premium for a piece of real estate in this current market right now. The market's starting to shift and turn a little bit on that. In fact, rental prices, we might be at that delta where rental prices are going to soften just a little bit as opposed to being able to get as much as what we used to for rents. However, you need to take those risks by understanding and having the proper money mindset. You need to be able to calculate and be able to run the numbers and make sure they make sense specifically for you if you're going to be investing in small multifamily, or have somebody on your team that runs those numbers for you. So when we talk about, though, a money mindset, these are the things that we're talking about. Like we talked about last time, abundance versus scarcity, investment over expenses, money as a tool, financial literacy, and values aligned spending. We'll talk about those three today. Long-term vision, diversification, mindfulness and gratitude, self-worth versus net worth, generosity, and adaptability. These are all the mindsets that it takes in order to have a good, healthy money mindset. And so I don't know how long you've been watching the show, but if you've been watching the show, you'll see these concepts that emerge from time to time, um, that are interwoven within the show. And that's because this show not only brings to you the real estate aspect of what to do to invest in small multifamily and to protect yourself against the red flags and the challenges that are out there, like my book, Small Multifamily Mastery, that's coming out here in the near future. This show also interweaves leadership principles and money principles into the show to help you be better prepared for navigating your finances. And so I want to talk a little bit about this today. All that was said so that we could talk about this. Money as a tool. Money as a tool. And so, look, the first thing up there says money is not the goal. Money is not the goal. To get a proper money mindset, we have to understand that money is not the goal. Hoarding piles of money is not the goal. Money is a currency. And you've heard me say on this show before, the same way that blood flows through the body to keep the body healthy, currency has to flow through an economy to keep the economy healthy. It also has to flow through your finances to keep your finances healthy. And so if you think the goal is to store up money, it's not. In real estate investing, the real name of the game is cash flow, is cash flow. You want to make sure that you're taking in more money than you're putting out each and every month off of your real estate investments and assets. And even in some situations, it might not be as much cash flow, depending on how you're looking at a situation. It might be equity. Look, money is a means to an end. It allows you to get to where you're trying to achieve with your goals. It's not the goal. So many people say, I want to get into real estate to make money. Maybe the wrong goal for you. You got to have the right mindset if you want to accomplish the goals that you seek out. I know that in Timothy 6:10 in the Bible, the good book, it talks about, for the love of the money is root of all kinds of evil. It's not saying there that we shouldn't acquire wealth in our lifetime. It's not saying that we shouldn't achieve success financially in our lifetime. In fact, I think so many people put the emphasis here on the word money, and that's not what the emphasis is in this passage. See, the emphasis in this passage is in all kinds of evil, meaning different types of evil come from the love of money. And so it's not here for the love of money is the root of all evil. It's the root of all kinds of evil. And it's not the love of money is the root of evil. It's for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, meaning that you can see people do a lot of evil things whenever it comes to just trying to make money. And so if you're getting into real estate for the right reasons and you have the right mindset, then you understand that if you love money, you're going to do all kinds of really bad things. And so you can't love money. You need to love people and use money, and not the other way around. I think I've heard it said that way a number of different times, and it was really helpful in my life to help me. So remember, money is not the goal. Money's a means to an end. And the biblical principle is there's all kinds of evil that come from loving money. And so just don't do it. I think it's also important when we talk about the concept of the money mindset to have some financial literacy. It's important to get a good financial education. There's a book out right now called The Personal Economic Model. I highly recommend that you read that book and you begin to understand that book. Maybe you should sit down with a financial planner and gain some important financial literacy, get a mentor in place with your finances. These things all help you to be able to grow and achieve the things that you want to achieve in your lifetime. You also have the basic principles of finance that you probably should understand, meaning you probably should understand what income is. You probably should understand what expenses are. You probably should understand what margin is or profit is. You probably need to understand what it means when I say the word leverage. You probably need to understand what debt is. You probably need to understand what assets are. You got to understand some basic principles. If you want to be great in real estate, you got to understand some of these basic principles. Look, the real estate investing principle, though, to understand at the very end of the day is that one down there at the bottom. Real estate investing, cash flow is king. The flow of money, the flow of cash is king. And so, what you invest your money into and how that money comes back and how it goes back out needs to be set up in a basic financial plan for yourself. And so, now that you understand that it's important to have some financial literacy, it's also important to understand that the money mindset is a long-term vision. It's a long-term vision. There was a famous study called the marshmallow test, and many of you that are personal growth junkies that read a lot of books or listen to a lot of audio programs know about the marshmallow test. And basically, what would happen in this scientific study, they took a group of kids and they would put one marshmallow in front of them, and they would say, "Hey, you can have one marshmallow right now, or if you wait, we'll give you two marshmallows later." And what it instantly showed is the kids that would take the marshmallow right now ended up long term in their life becoming less successful than the kids that will wait to get the two marshmallows. Here's why. Here's what that principle shows you. Long term vision. The money mindset isn't about getting money today. It's about using money for a long-term outcome that you're trying to achieve. And so we want to make sure that we're not seeking this instant gratification, this get it now, this instant ping on our phone style economy that we're used to living into. If we're going to have a money mindset, we got to have a long-term mindset. We got to think about what's our targets long term. Have you sat down and mapped out in your journal what are your long-term visions for achieving wealth in real estate? What are you trying to do? What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to help? Stephen Covey, in his famous book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, wrote this: begin with the end in mind. The long-term vision helps us to determine where we're going and what we're trying to achieve with the real estate, with the cash, with the equity. Get your mind right, guys. When we talk on Mind Renovation Nation about the money mindset, it's about getting our minds right about money so that we can achieve those long-term goals that we know we want to achieve. And lastly, for today, I want to talk about this concept of values aligned spending. Values aligned spending. Is your spending in line with your values? John Maxwell famously said, I put my money where my values are. My challenge to you, my question to you is, do you put your money where your values are? Or do you go through life with mindless consumption? Are you the type of person that just spends to spend on whatever? Or do you invest? Do you put your money? Do you think about this concept of money when you buy things? Is it things that you value? If you don't value it, why do you put your money into it? Or maybe, just maybe, it's telling you that you do value that, and maybe it's time to change those values so that they can be more in line with what you want in your long-term vision. I know Jerry Maguire in the famous movie, uh, the agent says, show me the money. Show me the money. If you show me a man's money, what he does with his money, with his bank statement, I can absolutely tell you where his heart is. I can tell you where her heart is. So if you show me the money, it tells me what you're consuming and it tells me what you value. So make sure that your values, make sure what you're spending your money on is aligned with who you want to be. I hope this was helpful for you guys today. I hope that taking you through the money mindset today, walking you through values aligned spending, helping you understand the long term vision, helping you know the importance of financial literacy and taking some time to study it, and helping you to understand that money is a tool and it's designed to be used will be helpful for you in the long term. Now, if that's you and you're sitting out there and you'd like somebody to help you with your rental real estate portfolio, let's say that you would like a review of your rental portfolio. You can go to nathanbushmba.com/store-1. And on there, there is the ability for us to help you out with an analysis of your rental portfolio. Here's what we're going to review. We have a money mindset here at Red Maples, and we're going to look at the profitability, the leverage, the liquidity ratios of your business. In addition to that, we will then provide you with a plan of action on a direction you should take with your real estate investing business and on business performance. Now, this is just a comprehensive look at the financial ratios, the profitability. We're going to give you rental comps. What you end up doing with that information is ultimately up to you. And remember, the success of your business is determined by your decisions, not ours, on what we tell you you should do. You should definitely always consult with a CPA, financial planner, in your money management plan, but we will do the analysis for you. Should you sell assets? Should you refinance? Should you add additional property? All these things are things that we can look at and have the conversation with you to help you make that determination for yourself. Remember, you can go to nathanbushmba.com/store1 in order to get that analysis done by us. So, before portfolio analysis, the following questions should be answered. Remember, we talked about this in the last show. First question: do I know all of the addresses of my property? I told you, you would be amazed how many times people look at us for property management and don't even know all of the addresses of their properties, and that befuddles me each and every time. All right. Second thing you should know: do I know the annual taxes, insurance, principal and interest cost, property management costs, HOA costs, maintenance costs, etc.? Do you have an income statement, a cash flow statement, something we can look at together to better help us understand and analyze the portfolio? Do I know my insurance deductible? And do I know when I bought my property? Do I know the date? Do I know how much I paid for it? Do I know how much my all-in costs are? Do I know how much I could sell it for today? What's my loan balance? All of these things are things that you can do ahead of time before we have that conversation. And then those kind of are the critical ones. And then if you don't know that information, it's okay. We can help you to get some of that information. But just understand, the more of this you know, the more likely you are to get you an accurate assessment of what's going on in your rental portfolio. Last thing you should probably know before coming to us is: how many units do I have? What's the number of beds, baths, square footage of these units? What's the current rents? If you don't know these things, it's really hard for us to help show you what our recommendations would be and what we could do to help you. All right, pay close attention to your mindset, guys. Do you have a money mindset? Was this helpful? Did it help you have a more holistic view of what money can do and how it works within your personal thought process? I think it's incredibly important that we understand and consider that question: do I have a money mindset, a money consciousness, a money understanding? Understand how money works, understand how money flows. Do I understand how things operate? All right. And you know that I ask you guys this each and every show, and I will continue to ask you this question right here. Who do you know that needs this information? Who needs more on the money mindset? We've done part 1 and part 2. We're also going to do part 3 next Friday. And I also have a special announcement. We have got an amazing show. There is a November 30th at 9 a.m. If you are a real estate investor and you are excited about real estate investing, you want to know a local event that is going on in the area, we're going to be doing an awesome show on Saturday. It's a special edition of Mind Renovation Nation. We're going to be doing it Saturday from 9 until noon on September 30th. September 30th at 9 a.m. From 9 to noon, we're going to go and we're going to share with you some special guests that are going to be putting on an event here locally in St. Louis. And so you're not going to want to miss September 30th at 9 a.m. if you watch this show and if you're plugged in. So again, part 3 we'll go on to next week and we'll cover a number of things. And then Saturday, so Friday will be part 3. That Saturday, we're going to have a special episode of Mind Renovation Nation showcasing the local event. You're not going to want to miss this, guys. This event, these speakers are going to be incredible, and they're going to share with you some awesome information. Even if you aren't able to make the event that they're going to be speaking at, they're going to be sharing with you some resources, some strategies, and some knowledge that you'll want to know. And lastly, you guys got to have a money mindset. I want you to take action. I want you to do something this week as it relates to your money mindset. What are you doing to take control of your money so that you can be better prepared to invest in small multifamily real estate? And like I said last time, for the Money Mindset Show, may this force be with you. All right, guys, take care. I know it was a quick show today, but I wanted to make sure we got through some information this week that we needed to have that laid the foundation for week 3. All right, have a good afternoon. See ya.